What is up, everybody? Welcome back. If you're a mom, I hope you had a beautiful Mother's Day. I know that I did, and my kid gave me one of her calico critters as a gift, which was very, very sweet of her because she covets these little guys like I covet my little digital assets. So today, big day, big news. Gemini announced that it would be adding Zcash, BitcoinCash and Litecoin to its offerings to its clients. If you don't know what Gemini is, it is an exchange that is head up by the Winklevoss twins or the Winklevoss twins. I'm not sure how you would pronounce it, and I go back and forth between the pronunciations. So these three being added to their offerings are pretty massive, and although they have not given dates for Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, they have given dates for Zcash, which is pretty cool. You saw, as well as I did, a correlation in the price of Zcash with the announcement. So Zcash spiked today at about $349 and change. And of course, the announcement was made today. Starting May 19th, clients can start depositing their Zcash into their Gemini accounts, and on May 22nd, trading starts. And the pairs are, as you can imagine, Zcash to Bitcoin, Zcash to ETH, and Zcash to that good old genuine dollar bill, or maybe not so genuine. So according to Gemini, they are the first licensed exchange to list Zcash, and they worked very, very closely with the New York State Department of Financial Services in order to get this listed. So the New York State Department of Financial Services giving the green light on this would make it the first regulatory entity to oversee Zcash. According to the blog post posted to Gemini by Eric Winner, who is the VP of Engineering, Zcash will be supported both in shielded and unshielded address forms, that is Z address and T address respectively. If you know anything about Zcash, you know that it is a privacy forward coin. So a Z address versus a transparent address would be very, very important if that is really the key feature that draws you to Zcash, aside from trading, of course. So initially, Gemini will only support the withdrawal to unshielded addresses. While you can make a deposit from unshielded and shielded addresses into Gemini, you can only withdraw the Zcash to unshielded addresses, which are those transparent addresses. So this is going to be something that you're going to want to keep top of mind just in case your jam is really that privacy feature for Zcash, because if the Zcash is being withdrawn to a transparent address, which is an unshielded address, then the privacy features are thereby limited by the Zcash going to an unshielded address that is transparent. So that's something to keep top of mind. While I applaud Gemini for doing the good hard work of bringing these altcoins onto their exchange, of course, you know, it's pretty counterintuitive if your coin is a privacy coin and yet you're only allowing your clients to withdraw the privacy coin to a transparent address. But to be fair, the transparent address is a limitation to privacy. It's not full disclosure, so it doesn't fully eradicate the privacy features, thereby making the whole thing sort of superfluous and redundant. So good job, Gemini. I would like to know when Gemini will start supporting Zcash being withdrawn to shielded addresses. What that would offer clients on this side of the table is being able to use Zcash in its full force. People use Zcash because they're interested in privacy. It's a privacy forward coin. And so if an exchange is going to not support the withdrawal of the privacy coin to a shielded address and will only, at least in the initial phases, support the withdrawal of the privacy coin to a transparent address, then obviously there's a trade-off, right? People are going to Zcash because they care about privacy, and yet if on this particular exchange they can only withdraw it to addresses with privacy limitations, i.e. transparent addresses, then, you know, it's kind of actually not really delivering the full value of Zcash, and the full value of Zcash is sort of secured by its privacy features. Now granted, you can use Zcash with both shielded and unshielded, and that's left up to the user herself. And I'm not saying that, you know, overall that users always have to choose a shielded address when, you know, sending funds or withdrawing Zcash funds. But what I do mean is that one of the main features of value within this space is the ability to choose, to have real choice. And so when someone is using Zcash on Zcash's terms, they have the ability to choose between a Z address or a transparent address. Now, if we are thereby limiting the choice only to sending it to a transparent address from Gemini, then again, that sort of comes directly against one of the main features and components of this space, which is the ability to choose, where the ability to choose is real. You have at least two real choices, not, you know, one fake choice or something. So here what I would like to see is for Gemini to really make sure that it sticks to somewhat of an implicit promise here, where they are saying that initially they will only support withdrawals to unshielded addresses, and that in the future they hope to support withdrawals to shielded addresses. What I really want to see is Gemini to deliver on that, because that is really one of the main value propositions of Zcash, is that full privacy choice. And so what I want to see Gemini do is really come through on that. So Zcash price spike went up today. It was about $75 less this morning than it is today, right now. And right now it's 3:25 Pacific time. So if you're holding some Zcash, you're enjoying that, and congrats to you. For everybody else, just be on the lookout for Gemini as an exchange. I already refer them as an exchange to newbies who I help on-ramp into the space, more so than other services that are larger but are experiencing serious issues of scale, and then also just the fees are too high. So congrats, Gemini. I will continue to refer you to people that I interact with on a daily basis, and I think that overall this bodes well once again for crypto at large. Insofar as Gemini really did its due process here and working with regulatory entities in New York, which we all know can be very challenging, complicated, and expensive. Gemini took the time to really work with them for this particular set of services to be implemented and offered to its clients. I think that that sort of hand-in-hand partnership is really, really good for the space, because we are, not all of us want to be anti-government and, you know, totally anti-regulation, etc., etc. I myself come from the standpoint where collaboration will get you so much further than antagonizing each other. So congrats to Gemini, and have a great one, everybody. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.